Welcome to Thursday's Market. SITREP here at Top Gun Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz. I'm the Chief Option Strategist here at TGO. And big day here. Make sure you check your email inbox because we're going to be doing a live trade brief on hedging this Trump rally. Look at the VIX, folks. We're at 10 right now. We were down here at, 995. A VIX below 10, folks, below 9. We were below 8. Or I'm sorry, we had an 8 print, sometime last week. This is nuts, and it is time to get long vol. If you aren't in our email database, don't worry about it. All you have to do is head to go.topgunoptions.com/FT. That stands for Full Throttle -webinar. And we're going to have a live trade brief at 1 o'clock and also after I get done about 30 minutes after the close, about 4:30. So 1 o'clock, 4:30, you can register for one of those times. Going to be talking about the same stuff, so just register for one of them. Even if you can't attend, make sure you register because I'll send you out the replay if you're busy this afternoon. And just for registering, folks, I'm going to give you a free copy of our Options Pocket Checklist. That's called the OPCL. Remember, folks, I couldn't go flying with the F-18 flight manual. It was the size of a phone book. So we squeezed that thing down into a PCL, a pocket checklist that we could go flying with. Same thing with options. We have 3 huge options manuals here at TGO. Squeeze them down into one. It's called the OPCL. That's $45 that we're going to give you for free just for registering. One more time, head to go.topgunoptions.com/FT-webinar. And here's what we're going to be talking about today, folks. Finally, my broken clock is going to be right twice a day, and we're going to talk about China in a second. But look at this, folks. If Donald Trump is Putin's puppet, they're doing a pretty good damn job of hating each other. Yesterday, the president signed into law sanctions on Russia. He didn't necessarily agree with all of them, but he signed it. Medvedev. Yeah, say that 10 times fast. The Russian prime minister said, hey, the U.S. just declared a full-scale trade war on Russia. Okay, so yeah, this whole collusion thing looks really, really great, doesn't it? Stupid liberals and Democrats, folks. The only crime that we're pretty sure has been committed in the past year of investigation is the fact that General Flynn's name got unmasked, most likely by Susan Rice, who should be in jail. The other crime we know has been committed is Jim Comey committed perjury, and he also leaked classified data to his buddy to get into the New York Times. He's also a felon. Those are the crimes that have been committed. So if you don't like politics, folks, or you don't trade politics, don't register for 1 or 4 o'clock, snowflake. And this is getting bigger, folks. U.S. presses China on the North Korea threat. This is going to end badly. I'm telling my folks at 1 and 4:30, if you attend, we gotta hedge out to October. That's most likely when the strikes are going to happen. Why? Because Trump said we're going to handle North Korea. It will be handled. We'll handle everything. Now, I got some deep throats in the Pentagon. I got deep throats in Washington. I know the contingency planning. Folks, I've sailed on the USS Kitty Hawk and the Abraham Lincoln through these Pacific waters, and every time you sailed by, you always did war planning or did some simulated flights with the North Korea option in mind. So I've been a part of this. I'm certain they've changed by then, obviously, because I'm an old man. But this is going to end badly. It ain't going to end with this guy giving up his nukes. He's seen Saddam Hussein at the end of a noose. He's seen Muammar Gaddafi at the end of a bayonet. Don't Google that video with children around. So that's his security blanket, folks. This is going to end badly, and if you're not hedged for this, you're going to be broke. And here we go. He's going to, as I've predicted, I said this is going to happen eventually. The FXI is finally rolling over today. I said, hey, we need to get short FXI, which is the China ETF, kind of their Dow Jones, right? The iShares China large cap. Look at that. Finally, Wiz is starting to, I knew this was going to happen. We predicted it. That's why we use our strategic and operational methodology, which you'll learn at 1 and 4:30 today, and then we can get tactical. The FXI is going to roll over here, folks. Before Trump ever fires a real shot at North Korea, he's going to be firing shots at China. What? Trade measures. Now, he announced yesterday, and I think he's signing it tomorrow, he's trying to crack down on intellectual property theft, which it's huge. He campaigned on this. He also campaigned on labeling them a currency manipulator, but I'll get to that in a second. So, of course, there's intellectual property theft, folks. You make something really cool in the United States, it ends up in about 3 hours in China, already cloned and stolen. Huge issue. However, I'm pretty sure the president needs to have trade measures against China because of North Korea. The only The only country or group of people that can sit on North Korea and make them change is their uncle, China. And they're not doing anything so far, folks. They might have picked up the phone or stopped some coal import or export or banned a couple flights. That's it. If they don't wake up and take care of this, folks, it is going to be hair, teeth, and eyeballs, and it will be horrific. Another reason you need to join me today to talk about hedging, because Washington is churning. Fired the mooch, brought in a four-star admiral. Daily, you cannot turn on the TV, folks, without an MSNBC or a CNN frothing at the mouth about a White House in disarray. But what's going on? President, I own it. Dow 22K, baby. Apple, all-time highs. Me, huge. That's dangerous, folks. If you're a politician and you attach your success to a stock market bubble, when this thing's pop, I'm no dyed-in-the-wool Trump supporter, folks. For my members, you know that. I'm a libertarian. Leave me alone. I'll put in the till just enough to keep a hot interstate highway and an Army and a Navy. Other than that, you can stick your entitlements exactly where they belong. Leave me alone. So I'm no Trump supporter. When this thing pops, I'm going to jump all over the guy because it was stupid for him to claim that he's the reason for all of this. Now, I get it, folks. I was one of the few financial professionals, along with Jeffrey Gunlock at Double Line Capital, $95 billion firm, so I'd like to attach myself to that. I predicted Trump would win, and I predicted a 10 to 15% market rally. I was wrong. 20%. 22%, whatever it was. So I was off a little bit, right? But I'm the guy, folks, that's going to rip him a new one when, not if the market pops. And we're going to talk about how to potentially make money when, not if it pops. But we are still seeing some green shoots, folks. The GDP on Friday, which wasn't reported anywhere in the liberal media, 2.6%. Everybody remember when Barack Obama used to have a zero in front of this? And the media used to be like, oh, economy's great. Ridiculous. But yeah, we're up 20% under Donald Trump. Can it last? I don't know, folks. You got to come at 1 o'clock. One of the canaries in the coal mine that I talked about yesterday with my members in Accelerated Retirement Live Trade Brief was the transports. Transports and financials, folks, they're the canaries in the coal mine. Running on the beach here in Fort Lauderdale, I can see shipping traffic, right? When it's massive, the economy is usually doing good. When there's a dude in a rowboat with an igloo cooler drinking a beer, the economy usually sucks. So we'll talk about some of these canaries in the coal mine maybe rolling over. But hey, U.S. companies are great earnings. Last quarter, great earnings. We predicted both of these. We were going to come out of this financial Vietnam Obama put us in, and Q1 and Q2 earnings have been good. Oil's still a little bit stable today. We'll laugh at 1 o'clock about how OPEC's a bunch of liars and a clown car, how they all agree not to produce too much or to cut their production, and then they all go back to their countries, laugh about what they promise they do, like in this picture. Yeah, we'll cut. Yeah, we will too. They get home and they go open up the spigots, and then oil just stays flat here in the upper 40s and 50s. Great earnings out of Facebook. We have triple-digit gains. Where's our yesterday in Facebook, or in our here it is, in Accelerated Retirement. Kevin's knocking out of the park with Facebook. Curtis is up 172% in one trade, folks. This is one trade in Facebook, a long call diagonal with a protective put. This is a Jan 19 trade, and Curtis is up nearly 28 grand, and I think that's about 7-8 months, Curtis, right? Greg Thompson, Facebook, up 8K on my Jan. Greg's got a Jan 18 position, and he's up 8 grand. Tamara has been doing bullish double verticals. She knocked a bullish double vertical out recently. As I said, join the tear on Facebook, and she made $2,400. So this is doing great. And Kevin is up 8 grand since February. One trade: March, April, May, June, July, August. That's 6 months. He's averaging over $1 grand a month on his Facebook trade, guys. So we're having a blast here at TGO. Hopefully you can tell. I'm very passionate about what I do. I'm not going to cover this. Goldman Sachs, you're booted as my gold medal winner. You're a bronze medalist. JP Morgan is first. But I'm going to cover, see all these tabs up here, guys? It's all about getting long volatility. It's all about hedging. And it's all about people potentially getting wiped out who are short volatility. Being short volatility year to date has been a great trade. And guess what? When that music stops, people are going to get obliterated. Okay, yeah, I do make up words every once in a while. And then I'm going to explain finally why I went from cautiously bullish. We nailed this bounce off the 50-day, and I said I'm market neutral, and I've been right for the past month and a half. I'm going to stay market neutral here until we get a catalyst that's going to take us up. After each one of these ridiculous political pullbacks, and again, if you're sitting here like, well, I'm not coming at webinar at 1 or 4:30. I hate people talking about politics. I don't want you there because you're going to be a pain in the ass. You see this pullback right here? This was the Obamacare. Well, that was sell the State of the Union. That was a run up to the State of the Union, sold off. This implosion right here was the idiot Republican clown car. See, I don't like them either. Failing to repeal Obamacare. They vote 63 times under Obama to repeal it. Can't do it once. Pullback. Here's the infamous I'm James Comey, I'm a felon pullback. Oh my God, Trump's going to be impeached. Of course he's not, rally. And then this was a Jared Kushner email and some Mario Draghi, maybe last call over in Europe, and then bounce off to 50. After every one of these bounces, we've had a rip your face off rally, and then we trade sideways, waiting for the next catalyst. And usually after the sideways, it's what? A catalyst down. So that's why we're going to get a hedge. That's why we're going to talk about this at 1 or 4:30, and that's why you're going to join me in a little bit here, okay? So hedging the Trump rally at 1 o'clock or 4:30, head to go.topgunoptions.com/FT webinar. And after you register, make sure you click on a couple of those offers from some of my strategic partners because they're usually pretty good, okay? So I'll see you guys this afternoon. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. God bless, and I'll see you all in a